In this video, we're going to show you how to run campaigns inside the LinkedIn Innovations app. You can reach a campaign and start a new campaign using the blue button, which can be found right here on the dashboard. Or if you go inside the campaigns button over here on the left-hand side, you also have another blue new campaign button. So let's look at our three options that we have. The first one is a sequence campaign. So we're going to click inside there. Now the first thing we need to do is determine where our leads are actually going to come from. The LinkedIn URL is a search that we've done over on LinkedIn. We'll show you that in a minute. If you have a CSV file of data that you would like to upload into the LinkedIn Innovations app to be able to reach out and connect with people, you have the ability to do that and upload straight from a CSV file. And right here is a download of a sample CSV file that will work when uploading that data. The next one we have is a LinkedIn post URL. That is actually just a post from your feed or another person's feed that you can use to reach out and connect with people that have interacted with that post. The LinkedIn group URL is obviously, it is what it is. This is the group link inside of LinkedIn where you can filter leads inside of those groups. You can reach out to people that you may not be connected with as well. The LinkedIn event URL is either a LinkedIn Live event or just any event that is posted on LinkedIn. You have the ability to interact and connect with people that have attended that event. All right, so what we're going to do is choose a LinkedIn URL. And here I need to paste in the LinkedIn search URL. You have access to the LinkedIn Growth Map, and I show you all about how to conduct searches over on LinkedIn using Sales Navigator. And that's what I'm going to do is pop over to Sales Navigator. So I'm going to go back to my home so I can show you. And again, you go through the training in the LinkedIn Growth Map. You'll know that I'm a big fan of saved searches. So I'm going to come in here to Save Searches, which are searches that I've done in the past, and I've done all the filtering ahead of time. So right here, I'm going to go ahead and click Dublin, Ohio attorneys. And as you can see, I've filtered through all of the parameters of people that I want to reach out to in the second, third level connections, and that I also might be a part of a group with. So if I come up here and I look in the URL, I'm going to go ahead and highlight that and copy it. Then I'm going to come back into my LinkedIn Innovations app, and I'm going to go ahead and paste that URL here. So the campaign options that you have, I can skip profiles that exist in other campaigns, and I'm a big fan of that one because you obviously don't want to send the same or similar message to the same person using a different campaign. So it's just very disingenuous that way. So I usually turn that on. That way I don't accidentally send a connection request that might be similar to somebody else. If you want to choose to skip profiles without pictures, you can do that. If you just want premium profiles, which are the folks that are paying for LinkedIn, you can do that there. Or I can also just pause the campaign right after I do the filtering. So basically when I conduct this search, it's going to pull everybody in and then go ahead and pause the campaign at that point. Down here, I can add a campaign tag. So if you want to name your campaigns and add a campaign tag, you have the ability to do that here. And then the last option you have is to automatically add leads to your CRM with all of their contact details. So if I go ahead and turn this on right now, I've got my high level connected to that. So when I click on go high level, when do you want to trigger the lead data? You want to do that on connect or on reply. My personal favorite is on reply because at that point, I'm already connected with them. They've already replied back to me. So we already have a conversation going over on LinkedIn. But again, that's totally up to you. So I'm going to go ahead and switch this back off for the purpose of this demonstration for now. Then I'm going to come up here to the next button and go to the next step. So I'm going to select my campaign type, and that's typically you're going to be connecting. Our goal is to try to connect with people that are second, third degree connections. You also have the ability to message people your first degree connections and send them a message. So if you wanted to invite them to an event or lunch and learn you might be doing, you have the ability to run that type of campaign as well. A straight profile engagement is just filtering out profiles for profile engagement only, which is just visiting their profile, maybe liking some of their posts or giving them endorsements, completely up to you. And then you also have the ability to run in-mail campaigns. So you have the ability to do all four of these inside the LinkedIn Innovations app. But for most folks, myself included, we're going to go ahead and go to the connect sequence, which is just going to send a connection request. As you see, we've preloaded all of the system with templates. So if I come down here to use template, and then you go to agency templates, and we've already put some in the marketing templates. I'm going to go ahead and select this one, which is message one, which is just a basic connection message. Very generic, and as you can see in the templates, just change the parts that are with the little red siren symbols on there. But if you also can save that as a template, if you want to save that right into your user templates for future use. So that's sending a basic connection message. But one of the things that I do like to do first, I'm going to go ahead and down here and I'm going to click on LinkedIn profile engagement. And then what I'm going to do is you'll see the little arrows here. I'm going to go ahead and drag this up above my sequence. And as you can see, you can rearrange these sequences. You can remove them, the different parts of the sequence. But one of the things that I have found useful is to go visit their profile first. So if you send a connection request and people see that you've not visited their profile, generally they're going to put two and two together and figure out that you're automating a large portion of this. So what we're trying to do is automate the heavy lifting, but we want everything to appear as if it's a legitimate, genuine conversation. So what I like to do here is just slide the visit profile on LinkedIn. So it's just going to visit their profile. Now, if you come back down here, I can send a connection request a specific number of days. So what I like to do is visit their LinkedIn profile and then maybe a day or two later. And again, you can adjust this. You can select hours if you wanted to. So if you just wanted to visit their profile, send them a message an hour later, you have the ability to do that. But generally, I find a day or two is good. That way they've had a chance to go into LinkedIn. They see that you've visited their profile. Chances are they've probably gone and visited yours, which is exactly what we want. So when you send a connection request, it's not going to be so much out of the blue and an unexpected event for them. So that is a basic campaign. So now I'm going to come in here and go to the next button. I can give my campaign a title. So you're going to give it a name. I typically like to put in there the month that I'm running the campaign. So I usually put that in brackets. So I put in the brackets and put in the month and year of the campaign. That way it's very easy for me to pull out and filter through data, and I know when I've connected, when I've done these campaigns. So you're going to put a campaign title, and then you're going to put in and running campaigns under a specific time. So you can put a daily start time. So if you want to start that time at 8 a.m., you have the ability to do that. If you're connecting with people that are in a different time zone, you can actually set that to their time zone, or you can keep everything to your default time zone that's inside the system. Down here under send these days, if you by default Monday through Friday is selected, but if you want to send on Saturday and Sunday, you have the ability to do that. And I do typically find that there are a lot of business folks that will connect with you on the weekend. They still cheat and check social media. So you might want to select Saturday and Sunday as a great time to be able to connect with people. So now, again, I'm just going to look through and make sure everything's up to par. The maximum number of leads that you can import into a campaign is 2,500. And again, that's a limitation of LinkedIn. We're not excluding profiles without photo. And then we're just going to glance down through and see our sequence again, just to confirm everything is good to go. And then we would come up here and start campaign. All right, so that's the basics of how to run a campaign inside the LinkedIn Innovations app. And then once your campaign is running, you come in here to campaigns, you'll be able to see the statistics of all of the activity that's taking place on your campaign. You have the ability to pause that campaign if you wanted to. And then if I hit the little 3-dot menu, you'll see the other options that you have. I can add prospects to that campaign. I can check all of the statistics. I can go in and edit the campaign. I can update it. I can clone it, archive it, delete it, or copy the campaign URL. So once you've got campaigns running, you will find that people will connect with you. As you can see here, this particular campaign, we're running a 40% acceptance rate on our invitations using that exact same sequence that I showed you, which is just visit their profile, a day or two later, send them a message asking them to connect. And then as you can see, these are people that have replied back to me with no further interaction. So I've started 129 conversations off of this one campaign. And that's our goal. Our goal is to start conversations and get relationships started. It's not about going in there for the hard, fast kill. So if you want it, we're going to dive into further the flow campaigns in a separate video. But for the sake of this one, just to get started running campaigns, let us know how your success goes. Let us know the greater community, how everything goes in your LinkedIn Innovations app, and I'll see you in the next video.